Hello, my name was Mary. I want to tell my story. I speak slowly. I use simple words. Please listen and relax. This story was calm and clear. It was easy to follow. I believed in marriage. I believed in love. I believed in one person. I lived in a small town. The town was quiet. The streets were clean. People knew each other. Life moved slowly there. I liked this life. I worked in a small shop. The shop sold books. I loved books. Books felt safe. Every morning I woke up early. I made coffee. I sat by the window. I watched the street. People walked to work. Cars passed slowly. Birds sang outside. My days felt simple. My heart felt calm. I did not rush in life. I liked slow days. I liked clear plans. I wanted a family. I wanted a home. I wanted marriage. This dream felt natural to me. It felt normal. It felt right. I met Alex one spring day. He came into the shop. He looked tired. He smiled softly. He asked for a book. His voice was kind. I helped him. I felt something small. Alex came again the next day. Then he came again. He liked the shop. He liked quiet places. We talked a little. We talked about books. We talked about work. We talked about simple things. I felt safe with him. I felt calm near him. He listened to me. He looked at me. He smiled when I spoke. This made me happy. I did not think too much. I just felt good. After some weeks, we walked together. We walked after work. We walked in the evening. The sky was soft. The air was cool. We spoke slowly. We laughed sometimes. We stayed quiet sometimes. I liked the silence. It felt warm. It felt honest. I thought about the future. I thought about marriage. I did not say it. I kept it inside. I waited. Alex talked about his life. He talked about his job. He talked about travel. He talked about freedom. He liked new places. He liked change. I listened carefully. I remembered his words. I did not feel fear. I felt hope. I believed people could grow. I believed love could grow. I believed marriage could come. I believed time would help. This was the start. This was my beginning. This was my belief. I believed in marriage. I believed in Alex. I believed in us. Life moved forward in quiet steps. Days passed one by one. Alex and I stayed close. We did not rush anything. We liked calm moments. We liked simple plans. We met often after work. Sometimes we walked. Sometimes we sat on a bench. Sometimes we drank coffee. We spoke about our days. We spoke about small things. Alex liked to listen. He asked simple questions. He smiled when I answered. I felt seen. I felt heard. This mattered to me. I told him about my dreams. I spoke in easy words. I said I wanted a family. I said I wanted a home. I said marriage felt important. My voice was soft. Alex listened quietly. He did not stop me. He did not laugh. He nodded slowly. He said he understood. This made me feel calm. He said life was long. He said people changed. He said love could grow. I liked his words. They felt gentle. They felt open. I did not ask for promises. I did not ask for dates. I did not ask for plans. I believed time would show us. I believed patience was good. Weeks became months. Our routine stayed simple. We met, we talked, we walked, we shared quiet time. Sometimes Alex stayed late. Sometimes he left early. He traveled for work. He came back again. I waited without fear. Waiting felt normal to me. When he returned, he smiled. He brought stories. He brought small gifts. Nothing big, just small things. I liked that. I felt close to him. I felt steady. I felt sure inside. Marriage stayed in my heart. It stayed quiet. but it stayed strong. I imagined simple things, a small home, dinner together, a shared life. These thoughts felt warm. Alex never spoke about marriage. He never said no. He never said yes. He stayed between. I accepted this space. I told myself to be calm. I told myself to trust. I told myself love had time. I believed in him. I believed in us. The days stayed gentle. Nothing broke. Nothing rushed. Nothing ended. Everything moved slowly. This was my life then. Quiet, soft, full of hope, full of belief. Time changed things slowly. I did not see it at first. Life still looked calm. Days still felt normal. But small feelings began to change. Alex started to talk less. Not every day, just sometimes. His words became shorter. His smiles came later. I noticed small pauses, small silences, moments without words. I did not panic. I stayed calm. I told myself this was normal. People feel tired. People need space. I believed this idea. It helped me relax. We still met often. We still walked together. But the walks felt different. Alex looked away more. He checked his phone more. I asked simple questions. How was your day? Are you tired? He answered politely, but not deeply. I listened carefully. I watched his face. I watched his eyes. I tried to understand. I stayed quiet. One evening, we sat on a bench. The air felt cool. The street was quiet. I felt nervous inside, but my voice stayed soft. I spoke about my day. I spoke about work. I spoke about small things. Alex nodded slowly. He smiled a little. Then I stopped talking. Silence stayed with us. It felt longer than before. I looked at my hands. I waited. Alex spoke at last. He said life felt busy. He said work was heavy. He said his mind felt full. I listened closely. I said I understood. I said he could rest. I said I was here. My voice stayed calm. My heart stayed open. Inside, I felt a small fear. It was quiet. It was soft. I did not show it. I held it inside. Days passed again. Alex traveled more. He stayed away longer. Messages came slower, but they still came. I waited each day. I checked my phone. I smiled when he wrote. I felt relief. Hope stayed alive. When Alex returned, he hugged me. The hug felt gentle, but shorter than before. I noticed this. I said nothing. We drank coffee together. We spoke about travel. He liked new cities. He liked open roads. I listened quietly. I spoke about home. I spoke about routine. I spoke about small joys. He smiled politely. He did not add much. I began to feel a line, a soft line between us. Not a wall, just distance. Slow and quiet. At night, I thought alone. I sat by the window. I watched the street again. I asked myself simple questions. Did he feel the same? Did he want the same life? Did marriage feel right to him? I did not answer. I chose patience. I chose calm. I chose belief. I believed love could stay. I believed marriage could come. The days continued to move, slow, quiet, normal on the outside. Inside me, feelings grew. They were not loud, they were gentle, but they were present. Alex and I still met. We still talked, but something was different. The space felt wider. One afternoon, we walked again. The sky was gray, the street was calm. Our steps were slow. I looked at Alex, he looked ahead. His face was thoughtful. His eyes felt far. I asked a simple question. Are you happy? My voice was soft. I did not push. Alex stopped walking. He took a breath. He looked at me. Then he looked down. He said he cared for me. He said I was important. He said I was kind. His words were gentle, but he paused often. His sentences broke. His voice was unsure. I listened carefully. He said he liked freedom. He said he liked open plans. He said he did not want pressure. The word stayed with me. Pressure. I did not feel pressure. I felt hope, but I stayed quiet. I nodded slowly. I said I understood. I did not argue. I did not cry. We walked again, side by side, but not as close. The silence returned. That night I went home alone. I made tea. I sat by the window. The street looked the same. Cars passed slowly. Lights moved softly, but I felt different. My heart felt heavy. I asked myself again, what did I want? What did I believe? The answer stayed clear. I wanted marriage. I wanted commitment. I wanted one shared life. This did not change. I thought about Alex. I thought about his words. I thought about freedom. I felt a gap. The next days felt quiet. Messages were polite, short, kind. We met less, not because of anger, just because of distance, slow distance. When we met again, I felt calm. I felt ready, not angry, not afraid. We sat at a small cafe. The room was warm. The cups were hot. The moment felt real. I spoke clearly. I spoke slowly. I said I believed in marriage. I said it mattered to me. Alex listened. He did not interrupt. He looked honest. He looked gentle. He said he was not ready. He said he did not know. He said he did not want to promise. His voice stayed soft. I felt pain, but it stayed quiet. I breathed slowly. I stayed calm. I thanked him for honesty. I thanked him for time. I thanked him for care. This was true. We sat in silence, not angry, not cold, just real. I knew something changed. I knew a door moved, not closed, but not open. I walked home alone again. The night felt calm. My steps felt steady. My heart felt sad, but my belief stayed. I still believed in marriage. I still believed in love. Even now, after that day, life felt slower, not empty, just quieter. Alex and I did not stop talking, but we talked less. Messages came later. Words stayed careful. I woke up every morning. I made coffee. I sat by the window again. This habit stayed. I watched people pass. I watched couples walk together. Some laughed. Some stayed quiet. I felt a small ache, not sharp, just present. I went to work as usual. The bookshop felt the same. The smell of paper stayed. The sound of pages stayed. Customers came and left. I smiled. I helped them. My voice stayed kind. Inside, my thoughts moved slowly. I did not rush them. I let them come. I thought about Alex. I thought about his honesty. I respected it. I also thought about myself, about my needs, about my belief. Marriage was not a dream to me. It was a plan. It was a choice. It felt clear. I asked myself a simple question. Can I wait without hope? I did not answer fast. I listened to my heart. Days passed again. Alex came to the shop once. He smiled. He asked how I was. I said I was fine. This was true. I was calm, but not whole. We spoke about books, about work, about the weather. Safe topics. He did not stay long. He said goodbye kindly. I watched him leave. That moment felt important. Small, but clear. That evening, I walked alone. The air felt cool. The sky felt open. I thought about time. Time waits for no one. I did not want to wait forever. I wanted a shared future, not a question, not a maybe. I stopped walking. I stood still. I took a deep breath. I made a simple decision. Not fast, not angry, just honest. I decided to speak again. one last time. With clarity, I wanted peace. For him, for me. The next day, I sent a message. I asked to meet. I used simple words. Alex replied later. He said yes. We chose a quiet place. I felt calm. My hands did not shake. My heart felt steady. I knew what I needed to say. I knew what I believed. This was not an end yet, but it was a step. A clear step. We met in the late afternoon. The place was quiet. Few people were there. The light was soft. Alex arrived first. He stood near the door. When he saw me, he smiled. It was a gentle smile. We sat at a small table. No rush, no tension, just two people. We ordered tea. The cups were warm. The moment felt slow. I looked at Alex. I spoke calmly. I chose simple words. I said I cared for him. I said I enjoyed our time. I said he was kind. Alex listened. He did not interrupt. He watched my face. Then I spoke about myself. I spoke about my heart. I spoke about my path. I said marriage mattered to me. I said commitment felt right. I said I wanted one life with one person. I did not blame him. I did not accuse him. I only shared my truth. Alex stayed quiet. He looked down. He took a breath. He said he respected me. He said I was honest. He said I was strong. But he said his feelings were not ready. He said his life felt open. He said he could not promise more. His words were clear. They were calm. They were final. I felt sadness, but also relief. Clarity can hurt, but it can also heal. I nodded slowly. I thanked him again. I meant it. We sat in silence, not long, just enough. I stood up. Alex stood too. We shared a short hug. It was gentle. It was respectful. It felt like goodbye. I walked outside alone. The street felt quiet. The sky felt wide. I breathed deeply. I felt pain, but I also felt free. I did not cry. I walked slowly. I accepted the moment. That night I slept calmly. My mind felt clear. My heart felt tired. The next days felt lighter. Not happy, but peaceful. I kept my routines. Coffee, work, walking. I no longer waited for messages. I no longer checked my phone. I focused on myself. I felt proud. I stayed true. I did not change my belief. I still believed in marriage. I still believed in love. But I believed in myself too. Life continued after that meeting. Not fast, not loud, just steady. I woke up each morning. I made coffee again. I sat by the window. The street looked the same, but I felt different inside. Not broken, just changed. I went to work every day. The bookshop stayed quiet. Books stayed in their places. Pages stayed calm. I helped customers. I smiled when I spoke. My voice stayed warm. Some days felt heavy. Some days felt light. Both were okay. I learned to sit with my feelings. I did not push them away. I did not rush them. I walked alone in the evenings. The air felt fresh. My steps felt slow. I saw couples pass by. I saw people laugh. I saw people walk alone. I understood something new. Life has many paths. Not all paths stay together. I thought about Alex sometimes. Not with anger. Not with regret. I remembered his honesty. I respected it. I let it stay in the past. One afternoon, I cleaned the shop. I moved books. I dusted shelves. I found an old book. It was about family. It spoke about home. I smiled softly. My belief stayed strong. It did not fade. Marriage was still important to me. It still felt right. It still felt clear. I did not feel weak for this. I felt honest. I felt grounded. At night, I wrote in a notebook. I wrote simple thoughts. I wrote simple hopes. I wrote about the life I wanted, a calm life, a shared life. I did not write about Alex. I wrote about myself. Days passed again. Weeks moved quietly. One morning I woke up smiling. No reason, just calm. I felt ready for something new. Not a person, a feeling. I wanted openness. I wanted peace. I did not close my heart. I also did not chase love. I trusted time again, but this time with clarity. I believed waiting was fine, but losing myself was not. This thought felt important. It stayed with me. Life felt balanced, slow, clear. One evening I stayed late at work. The shop was quiet. The lights felt soft. I closed the door slowly. I locked it. I stood still for a moment. I listened to the silence. It felt calm. It felt safe. I walked home at an easy pace. The street was warm. The air was gentle. I thought about my life, not with worry, with care. I thought about choices, small choices, honest choices. I understood something simple. Love needs the same direction, not just feelings. I did not feel sad about the past. It taught me something clear. At home, I made dinner. I ate slowly. I enjoyed the quiet. I sat on the couch. I read a book. I felt present. I did not feel alone. I felt complete. Days continued again. Work stayed steady. Life stayed gentle. I spoke more with people. I smiled more. I felt open. One day a woman came to the shop. She asked for a book. She spoke about her family. I listened kindly. I felt connection. Simple connection. Later, a man asked for help. He thanked me. He smiled warmly. I noticed something. My heart was open again, but calm. I was not searching. I was living. This felt right. At night, I looked at the stars. The sky felt wide. The future felt open. I said something softly to myself. I said I trusted my path. Marriage was still part of my dream, but now it felt peaceful, not urgent. I believed love would come in the right way at the right time. I went to bed with ease. I slept well. The next morning felt bright, simple, new. I smiled when I woke up. I felt thankful. I was ready for what came next. With patience, with honesty, time kept moving forward. Slowly, kindly, I stayed with my routine. Morning coffee, quiet walks, work at the shop. My days felt full in a simple way, not busy, not empty. I learned to enjoy small moments, a smile from a customer, a warm cup in my hands. I felt calm inside. My thoughts were clear. One afternoon, I cleaned a shelf. I moved old books. I found a photo inside one book. It showed a couple. They stood close. They smiled together. I looked at the photo. I felt no pain, only understanding. Love needs choice. Love needs the same wish. I placed the photo back. I closed the book gently. That evening I walked home slowly. The sky was soft. The air was quiet. I thought about my journey, about waiting, about hoping. I did not feel foolish. I felt brave. Believing in marriage was not weakness. It was truth. I knew what I wanted. This gave me strength. At home, I wrote again. I wrote about honesty. I wrote about calm love. I wrote about a future with care, not fear. Days passed again. Life stayed steady. One morning I helped a child choose a book. The child smiled. The parent thanked me. I felt warmth. Connection felt easy. I saw life clearly. Love grows when paths match. I no longer felt rushed. I no longer felt stuck. I trusted myself. At night I sat by the window. The streetlights glowed. Cars moved slowly. I felt peaceful. I felt ready. Not waiting for one person, but open to the right one. Marriage stayed in my heart, but now it felt light. I smiled softly. I breathed slowly. I knew my story was still moving, and that was enough. The days after that felt gentle. Nothing rushed, nothing pushed me forward. I woke up with calm thoughts. I felt ready for the day. Each day felt open. I kept my simple life. Work, walks, quiet evenings. I felt strong in a soft way. Not loud strength, just steady strength. I believed in love. I believed in choice. I believed in shared dreams. I knew one thing clearly. Love should walk with you, not away from you. I did not feel angry at Alex. I did not feel regret. I felt thankful for clarity. That experience helped me grow. It showed me my value. I believed marriage was still right for me. I believed in building a life together. I believed in mutual choice. I no longer waited in silence. I lived with openness. One evening, I smiled for no reason. I felt peace inside. I said something simple in my mind. I am ready for real love, not perfect love, just honest love. I trusted the future. I trusted time. I trusted myself. If you are listening now, thank you for staying with my story. This story was slow and simple. It was made for listening. It was made for calm moments. If you enjoyed this story, you can listen to more stories like this. You can subscribe to this channel. You can listen again. You can relax and learn English slowly. You can write a comment. You can say how you felt. I hope this story helped you. I hope it felt easy to understand. Thank you for listening. See you in the next story.